today we're going to be looking at a little coin called Bitcoin. We're going to be doing some technical analysis, letting you know exactly where the market is going. I'm going to go show you a few analysis points on where this downtrend, this correction might be taking us, okay? But before I get started, I just want to say that we've got about 450 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you could go down below, smash the subscribe button as well. It's really going to help me out and help me produce more videos so I can help you guys a lot more as well. I've had tons of positive feedback and I really do appreciate all of you lot that are here with me, okay? Let me know in the comments below any coins that you want me to have a look at. I will try my best to get through to them, okay? So right now let's look at Bitcoin. Obviously we've had a huge uptrend, then we have had this overdue correction, and essentially I feel like this is market manipulation. We've got these big institutional players playing with Bitcoin because essentially they just want to get in on more, and this can be seen through this COT report. So if we look at this COT report, this is what shows us what these big financial institutions are doing, okay? And you can see there were 311 short positions as of the 13th of April, and there was 56 long positions, okay? So there's 47 extra short and 55 extra long in that week. Now what can we take from that? It means that a lot more people are betting Bitcoin to go down. And what happened on the 13th? So this says about the 12th, yeah, so around the 13th it came down, and that's when we had our massive drop, okay? It's the institutional traders. Now when we go down to the 20th of April, you can see as soon as it's gone down, we've had a ton of support for Bitcoin going up. Minus 224 institutes went short, and we've only had minus 40 step away from going long, okay? So you can see, look at the difference. We've got 516 and 87, okay? Now this shows that if these institutional traders are going to go long, we haven't got 516 huge institutes that are willing to lose out that much money, okay? So it's pretty evident that Bitcoin is going to go back up, so do not panic. What I want to show you as well is, just let me hide some of these indicators. I want to show you these moving averages, okay? Now the 10-day moving average has been respected quite well, and if you look at it from here, it's been respected all the way up till here at the top until it's gone down below. So once it's went below that moving average there, you can see we've had a huge drop, okay? And now instead of being support, it is now resistance. Now apart from that, if we look at the 20-day moving average, you can see this has been respected very well as well, and right now you can see there's a huge gap between where this moving average lies and where the price is at the moment, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it on using a separate horizontal line, okay? So this is just going to be above this one, but essentially they're both the same region of support, okay? Pretty much the same region. So what we've got here is we have that marked on, and that's a 45k region. And why is this important as well? We've got loads of institutional investors getting in at this price also. Next thing I want to do is I want to draw a Fibonacci, and we want to look at where the price is headed from here. Now the Fibonacci, we can see it peaked here, and okay, we're nowhere close to the 0.5 and 0.618 region, the golden zones, but what we can see is we haven't even touched the 0.382 region. And where does that 0.382 region go? Exactly where this red line is as well, where this moving average indicates, and that's at that 45k zone. So we've had one moving average indicator there, we've had this 0.382 region there as well, and a lot of these financial institutes got in at this price as well, so that's 3. Another thing that I want to show you is I want to show you an RSI divergence. So if we look at RSI, essentially from here to here we've had the RSI decrease, but we've had the price increase, which means that we were due a correction, and that's exactly what happened. The price corrected. So we've looked at the weekly. Now let's go on to the daily. Now on the daily, what we can see is, I'm just going to get rid of this Fibonacci and also this RSI so it's not too messy, but essentially we've got a divergence on the daily as well. But I'm going to draw some trend lines to mark out this ascending channel. Okay, we've got this ascending channel here, and ascending channels, they're not good news, okay? They're not good news in terms of bullish movement, they're a bearish sign, and that's exactly what happened. We went up, hit the top, came down below, experienced some resistance, and then came right down below, right? And that's exactly what happened. We came right down below, and we've had this sort of bearish zone here where everyone was panicking, okay? But again, I feel like this was market manipulation. Loads of people wanted to get back into this. But what can we do with this ascending channel? We can look at it and mark out the height, and if we mark out the height exactly where the breakout was, we can see where the price is headed. Look at that again, 45,000, okay? Now that's 4 signs now that we've looked at where it's headed towards that price. Now another thing that I want to show you is that, okay, we are going up now. How much further up are we going to go, and how much resistance are we going to encounter? So we draw the Fibonacci from the top, and if we zoom into this now, where we're going to be looking at this 0.618 and that 0.5 region. Now if we draw that region in, that's going to be here, okay, and it coincides with this support slash resistance line that I've drawn in. These are all for the 4-hour zone, and we'll see them in a lot more detail afterwards as well. But look, it coincides with that, so we can see it going back up here and then bouncing back down. But we'll definitely have a look at that in a second. Now, the next thing that I want to look at is the 100-day moving average as well, and we've respected that as well for a long time. And with this 100-day moving average, you can see we've just hit that, and that's where we've bounced right back up from. We've shown some good support here, and that is a very good sign that we've shown support there, okay? It shows you that in the long term, this bull market is not over, okay? Had we went down and then established this as sort of resistance, then I would have looked at it and said, okay, maybe we have entered the bear market, sorry. Okay, but we aren't near that. Another thing that I want to talk about is we have this top zone here, okay, and we also have this top zone here, okay, and it's created something that we call a double top, okay, and with this double top we went up, went down, up, and then down, okay, and it's a bearish structure, and that's why we have went back down. So we were favoring a lot of bearish movement here, and that's why we have went down. But a lot of what I've said, it does point us going down to this region. But yeah, so that's the daily. Let's go on to the 4-hourly, and then I'm going to go through exactly what I think is going to be happening very soon. I'm just going to get rid of this again, just so it's a little bit less messy. And we can see I've marked out these support regions, okay, so this was that 60,000 region. So one, it is a mental barrier. Okay, we've had a breakout here, but it hasn't been strong enough. Okay, and once we've broken through there, we had a huge decrease. Then we also have a support region here that's 56,000. We've got a support region here at 53,000, and look at that support region. We've hit it here many times. We've hit it here many times. And look at that right now, we've came back up and we've had some positive movement, and where has it got back down from? That 53 region, okay? So you can see we are playing with this technical analysis very well, and we can, if we do this right, we can predict exactly what's going to happen. Okay, we have had this descending channel here, which does show that we have got potential to go bullish again, okay? Bearing in mind that we break this region out and come back down, and that's exactly what's happened. We've broken it, and hopefully we're going to come back down, test this as support, and then come back up again. But one thing that I want to show you, and it's very important, is I'm going to get rid of these lines here. One thing that I'm going to show you is this pennant structure, okay? So what we have is, we've had this sort of downward flag where we've got the pole and we've got the flag there going horizontally, but here we have a downward flag and then we have a sort of horizontal wedge, and that's exactly what's happened. Now here, what we want to do is we want to look at where the breakout is to the bottom of the wedge, and we want to talk about where it breaks that channel, where it's going to head up to. And if we just grab this line there, it's broken that channel around here, and we can see it's headed towards this 56,000 region. And if it gets to that 56,000 region, we're in that bullish momentum again, and it's going to be a great time for altcoins as well. Altcoin season will be among us, but we can see we've broken past that, and essentially we'll want to retest. Now, what do I feel like will happen? I'm going to go through some bearish scenarios and some bullish scenarios so we are fully aware of what's going to happen. Obviously, I did mention this region here. We still haven't tested against it, but we got very, very close. And maybe that was enough for a retest. But essentially, we could see it go up. And if this was a bearish scenario, come back down towards here and not test it as support, but go back down further. And if we were to go further down below this point here, down below this 48,000 region, I would see it coming back down to this 45,000. That would be a clear point for me to buy back in, and I would be investing a cut there. But essentially what I was saying was we're going to go back down towards this region, and if we hit this in this bearish scenario, then I can see a very, very good run up to the 100,000, and this would be a good correction because of all the reasons that I mentioned before, and essentially it would be a perfect time to make as many gains as we possibly want. The next sort of scenario that I want to go through is a bullish one, and that is if we come down. I wanted to test this descending channel here and this pennant structure, okay, and you can see that's around here. Now they don't always come back down all the way, but for me, as long as it goes down below this 50,000 support, 50,990 support, and comes back up towards it and past it, and we see a green candle, this is a perfect time for me to get in, okay? And I would say from then on we'll experience some resistance, right, but we will end up getting back towards this all-time high. So that is our bullish scenario. This is our bearish scenario, okay, even though they both play out well in the long run, okay, but it's all about getting in at the right time. But if you look at it realistically, we're still down below a very long period of time. So from basically the 18th of February, a lot of people have become millionaires in this period, okay, and within this time this was a perfect time to get in. Essentially it's the market giving us another chance, okay, to get into it, right? And if we see an even bigger increase, you can imagine what we are playing with, essentially. So there we go. That's been my Bitcoin analysis. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. I'd really appreciate it if you could go down there, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's get to 150 likes. My previous video got to 115, so I'm very grateful. Let's get to 150 likes on this one, okay? Cheers guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my